Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I have not done the look yet, but I'm going to be doing a look with the Blood Money palette. I took the thumbnail, so I don't have makeup on in that. I always am like, oh, I'll take the thumbnail at the end, and a lot of times I forget. So if you watch my videos a lot, you will see that the thumbnail for the Book of Magic palette is not very good because I forgot to take a thumbnail after I was done. So the look's going to be a surprise. I haven't done it yet. This is the palette. When I did the comparison with the ColourPop Child palette, I had enough requests that people wanted to see me use this. So we're going to do that. I want to incorporate this lime shade, but other than that, I haven't really mapped it out too much. So yeah, we'll see what we can come up with. So stick around. Make sure you're subscribed if you haven't already, and let's jump into the video. Okay. So apparently my camera wasn't recording. So we're going to go back in and I will talk you through what I did, because I did a whole bunch of stuff and realized that my camera wasn't recording. Okay, so we started out, we're going to use Persuasion and Private Island. So I took Persuasion, and that's what's out here, and then into the crease. And then I made sure to take it pretty far above, because I am going to cut my crease above where my actual crease is. I need to blend this out a little bit more, so we'll do this. I don't know what happened. I forgot to hit the record button, apparently. Okay. And then I went in with a little bit of Private Island. This is like a camel-y color. It's very light. So I find when I go in with this, I have to go back with that same brush and a little bit of Persuasion, just because that color is so much lighter than this. It gives me a little bit of a line to blend it out. But that's all I did. And I tried to make sure I took it up far enough. If it's still not dark enough when I cut the crease, I'm going to go back with just a flat brush and I'll hit that edge, which is what I did on this side. And then for my brow bone, I just went in with a little bit of Laser Glazer from Kaleidos. This is their green one. So that's what's under my brow. If I didn't own Laser Glazer, I would be using Divine Intervention, this white one, which is what's on my lid. So that's where we're at. I apologize that you missed the boring, like putting in the crease and the blending. This is what happens when you don't film eye looks for a while. You forget what you're doing. Okay, so I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. Camo Concealer, and we're just going to cut the crease. I hope I brought it up far enough, but like I said, if I didn't, I can go back because I had to on the other side. This is the regular Camo Concealer. If you've watched my videos, I don't like this for under my eyes. It's too dry, and my under eyes are too dry for this. I don't think it's a bad concealer. I think if your under eyes are not dry and you don't have any fine lines, or you're not somebody where your concealer creases, I think you could get away with using the regular one. I'm a little bit older and I do have lines, and my under eye is dry, so it just doesn't work out for me. But it's really good for doing cut creasing. So that's what I use it for. I don't do cut creases like this often. I have to be careful. And I don't know if I mentioned this or not, because I don't know what recorded and what didn't. My eyes are hooded and they're small. So I have to make sure that I don't go too far, because then it looks like it's up into my eyebrow. And it looks dumb, which is why I stopped doing these kinds of cut creases for a while, because it took me a while to figure out how to make it work for my eye shape. Because you see these girls that have these really nice, like, big eyes, and it's like super high. Like I said, if I do it like that, it looks dumb. So I have to be careful not to take it. I'm just tapping out the edge. It just makes it a little bit easier to blend. So I'm just looking. I am above where my actual crease is, and it looks like you can see that shadow. I think I'm going to go in and add just a little bit more. So I'll show you. You'll be able to see that part when I have to go back. But I think that's high enough, and it looks like it's relatively the same shape. They're never going to be identical. That's just never going to happen. And so because it's tacky, I'm not going to go in with glitter glue or anything, but we're going to do Divine Intervention, which is the white one. And that's just going to go all over the lid. Trying to watch the viewfinder, make sure it didn't like stop recording. I think I just forgot to hit the button. Pretty sure it was just me, which is okay. This video will just be a little bit shorter, which I hate when I have tutorial videos that are like 40 minutes long. A lot of you have told me like you don't care. You like to see the whole process. I hate like having super long ones, because those of you like that have been subscribed for a while and watch don't mind longer videos, but not everybody wants to watch longer video. Charlie's gonna come up. Can you get down, mister? Here. I'm just putting that all over the concealer. It's a pretty color. It's got kind of a green shift. There's a color in the Beauty Bay Mitchell palette that's got kind of a similar undertone. And it kind of reminds me of the holographic, like the KVD her little like holographic highlighter quad. There's a green one in there that looks like this also. So if you have those, like, you could definitely recreate this without this palette. Okay, just making sure. You could definitely go in with a white base underneath. The concealer kind of blanks it out. I have a concealer from Makeup Revolution that's super white. I probably should use that one just because this is a little not like super thick of an eyeshadow, but if you layer it up, it looks good. So we're going to go in with Persuasion again, which is the dark brown. It looks brown, like brown in the pan, but when you get it on your eye, you can definitely tell it looks more green to me on the eye than it does in the pan. You can definitely tell there's a green undertone. So we're going to blend that out. And then I'm the same flat brush. I just have a little bit, and I'm just going to go just along the edge. You could use a liner brush, an angled brush for this too, if you don't have a little flat one like this. This is a little Morphe brush that I've had for years. Probably should buy another one of these, because if this brush ever fell apart, I'd be lost. Because if you watch my tutorials, I use this brush to do my lids. I should probably have a second one. Probably wouldn't hurt me. I need a second brow brush too from the Brow Gal. So yeah, that's all I do. If I don't take it up far, you just go back in and darken that line up a little bit. Okay. And I'm just going to go back in with Private Island, which is the tan. Just going to put a little bit of that on the edge too here, just to help blend that out. Tapping that concealer out helps a lot, because if that concealer line is harsh, it takes forever to blend out. Okay, so then we're going to go in with, this is the Urban Decay Heavy Metal Liner in Midnight Cowboy. Profusion is sold at Walmart, and they make a gold. The only reason I don't have it, the only Profusion one I have is a red one, because I have this. I want to get the gold and the silver. I have a little more room now because I decluttered a few of my glitters. I could probably get it. That was the only reason I never got it before, because I have this and there was a space issue. So I'm just going to go along the edge. And this is the only reason that I decided to do this kind of cut crease, because I thought it would be fun, because there is some golds in this palette to kind of play off. I get most of my Urban Decay liner, like most of these that I have, I got on Poshmark. There's always people selling them, and I haven't had any issues with getting like bad ones. One of my My favorite one is Distortion. I have two of them. One of them that I got is a little like dried out, but I need to just put some saline in it, I think. So just along the edge and then just let it dry. These can be a little on the watery side, so just let that dry. And then with that same little flat brush, we're going to go into Poison Ivy, which is the lime green, and that's what's on the inner corner. I think if I was going to do this again, and I may have mentioned this already, I don't know what got recorded, I would probably use this if I was going to do this look again, which is Money Heist. It's like a yellowy gold duochrome, but I really wanted to use the lime today, so that's what we did. But yeah, I think if I was going to do this look over, I would use that shade instead of this one as the inner corner, but that's just me. Okay, and then I just have a little flat, this is a Jessup detail shader. It's just a little chubby. You can get Jessup brushes on Amazon. You can get a set of them for like $24. Really inexpensive, really, really good. Just going back into Persuasion, and I'm going to take it about 2/3 at the bottom here. And then I'm going to go into Tax Free, which is this like antique gold shade on the bottom, and that's going to go the rest of the way and blend into Persuasion. I wanted the main green shade to be that inner corner shade, so I tried to stick, oh, now my nose is running. It's probably because the cat's sitting on my lap. More on the neutrally side and have like the pop of green. So went with more of the browns in this video, because I feel like when this palette first came out, I feel like everybody was doing green looks, so I thought I would do one that was a little different. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of Private Island, which is that camel khaki color, just underneath to help blend out a little bit here. So I tried to think of a look that was a little more out of the box per se, using some of the neutrals. There's definitely more greens. This has more greens than Blood Sugar has reds, if that makes sense. And if you know like the issues and the strife that I have with that palette, he's gotten better with his monochromatic palettes as far as in the Blood series, because I feel like every palette after Blood Sugar, like Blue Blood has a lot of blues in it. Bloodlust has a decent amount, has a lot of purples, like this has more greens. There's a lot of golds, but I think, like I said, this has more greens than Blood Sugar has red. So if that was an issue for you, because a few of you have told me you didn't get Blood Sugar because of that. For waterline, I'm going to use NYX, what is this? Golden Olive. I have a Clinique pencil that's in a similar shade that's not quite as dark as this. I have a few like antique gold shades. I did finally get one from Pixie that's like a true gold, because I have several like I said, antique gold shades that are in different tones. Okay, so I'm gonna go put on liner and mascara and my lashes, and I will be right back. This is the finished look with everything on. I have the KVD, my brown liner on. Lily Lash is the mascara, and then my false lashes are just the 3/4 volume from Eylure. I get these on Amazon. They're a UK lash brand, but I really like them. They're really nice. So I get them on Amazon. So yeah, this is the finished look. I'm not going to put lipstick on just because I have to film like a lip swatch video after this, but hopefully this helped. Let me know if you want to see any other looks, because I could definitely do a more green look. I've only used this palette a couple of times. So yeah, let me know if you would like to see another tutorial. I apologize that part of the blending in the crease didn't record. That was my fault. So yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. Hopefully you liked this. Hopefully this helped to give you some inspiration if you have this palette or you're thinking about getting this palette. I like it. Like I said, it definitely has more greens in it than Blood Sugar has red, so that's something. And I've enjoyed I haven't done a bad look with this palette so far, so that's something. And there's quite a few other shades that I would like to use. So yeah, let me know if you want to see another video. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you stay safe. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Make sure you're subscribed if you are not already. And hopefully I will see you all in another video very, very soon. Bye, everybody.